Okay, hello again. So this is in my weekend medley, making up for the weeks that I've been away and not posting videos, travel, illness, and whatever. So this second video today, I'm going to be talking about the perfect trader. Does the perfect trader really exist? Is there such a thing as being so professional? Okay, so I'm making this video because a lot of people are really looking out for a good binary options strategy, a good binary options mentor, a good binary options trading group, a good binary options signal service, and everyone is coming across all these kind of flowery sales pages and perfect statements of people that never lose money. The fact is, people do lose money, and I don't know about other people. And in fact, I don't even consider myself as a professional trader, despite the fact that I run a group called the Binary Lab, and I have over 1,000 members, now closing on to 1,400 members. I still don't consider myself a professional trader. I still tell people that I'm actually a hobby trader that happened to be leading a large group of traders by accident. So that's my position, and I happen to have quite a decent winning rate. But do I lose? The fact that I say winning rate means that I lose. Okay, I want to share with you also that no one's perfect, and I'm aware of that, and I actually want to share this experience with you. If you are following me on Facebook, I talked about how I was trying to grow $500 into how to grow $500 into 5,000. Okay, so I started out 2 days ago, and within the first day I was already up to 1,100, and that was about 3.5 hours. And in the next 1.5 hour over the next day, so it was still within a 24-hour period. 5 actual hours, I actually took a count from 500 into 1,433, $1,433. Cool, pretty cool, right? And then I thought, hey, if I could do that in a day, I would be up to 5,000 in no time. And the goal was to turn 500 into 5,000, and then into 50,000, and then into 500,000. So the reason why I wanted to do this is because I started out a year ago, actually less than a year ago. I started out binary options trading almost exactly 12 months ago, and 4 months into that, like July last year, I started. I had a $30,000 account, which within less than 2 months, I think about 6 weeks, I grew into 100,000 using a strategy that I developed. And then from the 100,000, I grew it and grew it and grew it. I withdrew money, withdrew like 1,000 first, second time I withdrew like 70, third time I withdrew 165. And after withdrawing all that money, I still have right now, if you saw my latest screenshots, I have about 600,000 in my account. So 30 grand to that much. A lot of people have been telling me, it's easy to make money because your account is so big. How can you possibly lose? If you lose anything, you can just martingale, average down, whatever, and start bombarding the thing. If you have a winning trade, you can slam it like crazy and grow your account by 40% or 50% in just one trade. True. Okay, and that's exactly why I wanted to start this challenge. I wanted to get back to beginnings. I wanted to relive the stress of a beginning trader with just an ordinary $500 account. So I started with a $500 account, took it to 1,433 in a day. All right, and in day two, I tried. I was like so hyped, and I thought I was going to do it again. What happened? I made a bunch of mistakes, just pushing for 1,500. I thought, I had a trading session that day. If I could push my account to 1,500, it's like everyone's going to be so amazed, because the last time when they saw it, it was 1,100, and now it's 1,500. But when I tried to hit at 1,500, I lost 600. It was now to 900, and then again, I took it back to like 1200 and something. I started the session, and everyone was like, they thought, oh wow, your account's bigger than it was yesterday. And then within a few bad trades, account went down to 1,000. And beyond the session, I thought, that can't be. My strategy works. My money management works. Which in actual fact, my money management did not work. The strategy may have worked out, but the money management did not work out. I was taking too big risk, and because of that, the account went down to like 900. And the amount of times the account yo-yoed back and forth between the low three figures and the 1,000 something, was if the broker was just earning on volume, they would be making a lot of money on me. But more importantly, it was emotionally draining. And you know what? Finally, after 3 days, the account kicked the bucket. How did it kick the bucket? In the last moments, it was the stupidest thing ever. I took trades that were meant for my big account on my small account, and the trade didn't work out. It was like I said, once again, it was the kind of trades that if it doesn't work, you just throw more money at the trade until it works, right? So the next trade that I did, this in my own trading, not a session. I do more reckless stuff on my own, and so I put like $250 and $500 trades, and ultimately like wiped it out because I thought that was the other one, because I had two browser windows open at the same time, right? I wanted to take the big ones on here, and so you get the picture. You can imagine what happened, and it's hilarious, wiped out that small account. And after I wiped out that small account, I was depressed. I was depressed for a couple of things. I was depressed and frustrated, and I was also very disappointed and angry, agitated, and I didn't have peace of mind. I questioned myself, and I wondered, I was trying ways and means, it's like studying the charts. I literally spent about 16 hours out of probably even more than that, 16 hours, let's say 16 hours, the next 16 hours on the computer, just watching the charts and trying this thing, that thing, and just so frustrated that, why can't I simplify something until it's really, until it's something that, is so idiot-proof that everyone can do. I mean, I have trading methods that work really well, and that's the reason why I've been able to grow my account, so much within a year. But at the same time, I thought, could there be a way that I could simplify this for people? So I tried to simplify it. I thought I had a working strategy. I thought I had a good money management plan. Like I said, I was still playing the money management part a bit more. And the fact was that I wiped it out. And when I wiped out the account, I was a little bit glad that it was my small account that took the hit. I was in that dejected phase, just wondering, how would I feel? How much worse would I feel? And how much worse would my life change if the same thing had happened to the big account, which was like pretty much the cash cow of the lifestyle right now? And it wasn't a good feeling. So the reason why I'm actually sharing this with you is because I wanted you to know that I know I'm not perfect. I don't know if the next guy is going to say that he's not. I don't know if the next guy is going to admit that he's not perfect. But I believe that there are a lot of imperfect traders out there. Otherwise, they wouldn't be aggressively marketing their stuff so much. I market a lot less than a lot of people do. People are spamming emails of strangers like crazy about their programs, which don't make money because they're actually obviously making more money on the softwares and the tradings than the actual trading. A lot of my initial competitors and haters, I know, they used to be calling me names. Probably still are calling me names. Probably calling me names now more than before because they know that my big account or my main trading account has grown so much, and actually making so much more money than they will actually make as affiliates, right? But anyway, coming back to this small account, I want to share with you also that it's actually light at the end of the tunnel. Last night, yesterday, in fact, I was like my group admin. She was telling me, why don't you take the day off on trading? But I just couldn't sleep with defeat. I couldn't sleep knowing that I had unfinished business. And I believe a lot of you can relate with that as well. When you don't do something the way you want it to, you just feel so frustrated, and you need to do something, otherwise you just cannot let it rest. The mind is obsessive, and if I don't do that, I know my breathing is going to be at a higher rate, my heart is going to be beating faster, and probably the chemical balance in my body is just not proper, because I'm just so uncomfortable with that outcome. And what I did was that I decided, I thought I was going to take a day off, but I thought, okay, maybe I'm going to just take a step back, use some trading signals that me and some partners had developed. Actually, we had this for a while, but I really just wanted to create something simple. But I used this other complex system instead that will simplify SMS signals. So basically, I get a signal on my cell phone, and I actually go to the trade. So I had a 12 trade winning streak. I lost one at the end, and that's when I stopped. And let me tell you, I started a fresh slate. I took the account from 500 into 1399, and then I took 3 more trades, and that's when I lost the last one. So I went from 500 to 1466 in one day. So I'm off track, but not off track by too much. I took $500 more to get back on track, but I think it's going well, and I think I'm looking to hit 5,000 somewhere around middle of next week, if not latest by Friday. So my game plan is that once I hit 5,000 with the $500, I'm going to take it out. I'm going to withdraw that, leave 500 in the account, and do it again. So I'm going to do it again, just like how I grew my account from 30 grand to 100 grand. Took out 70, did it again, and let it roll from that point on. Because I want to make sure that it's not by luck. I want to make sure that you can do it again. And the thing about failing is that, when you fail, you come back stronger. And that's exactly, when the bones break. Did you know that when you have a fracture, and I had a fracture in my left knee because I got hit by a car, and that was like, and you guys have to thank, for those of you who are following my YouTube channel, and you enjoy these videos, you have to thank the guy who knocked me down and just completely destroyed my left kneecap. This was back in 2009. Okay, fractured my left kneecap, and left me in a state where I had to look for alternate income streams, and that's how I found what I'm doing now. And where was I? Forgot what I was talking about. I was talking about that oh yes, when you break a bone, did you know that when you break a bone, it comes back stronger? The bone becomes denser at that point where it broke. Same thing, when you get a blister, and you get a blister in the same spot often, what happens? You get a callus, and there are a lot of calluses, if you can see, there's calluses on my hand, my hard skin. Why does that happen? Because the more you get hurt, you get cut, you fall down, you get tougher, and it makes it easier for you to do the same thing again. So let's say the next time I get hit in my knee, it may not fracture as badly. The next time I hold a tennis racket and swing it, I don't get blisters anymore. The next time I lose a few consecutive trades, I know I can make it back. The next time I take out $1,000 from my $1,500 account, or next time I take out $4,500 from a 5,000 account, left with 500 bucks. I know I can do it again. The next time I am down to my last dollar in the bank, if everything fails, if the economy collapses, if there's a financial crisis, if I'm down to my last dollar, I know that I can come back from square one, from zero, even from a negative balance to where I am today. And that is resilience. Okay, I mean, the topic of today's video was about, do people really lose? So I'm saying I lose. But the point of that is that I wanted to share with you that even if I lose, so what? Losing makes you a more knowledgeable eventual winner. And it doesn't matter, Rocky said, in the movie, do you watch Rocky? It's not how hard you can hit, it's how hard you can get hit and still keep going on. If you lose trades, in trading, if you take binary options trading or you take forex trading, and you lose a couple of trades, or you try business, you lose a couple of business deals, didn't go as smooth as expected, lost a deal. If that makes you stop, you are not a trader. And you need to keep going to be a trader. The battle is already won in the mind. And if you are already defeated in the mind, you're about to say, I know you're about to think that I'm going to say, then don't trade. Watch my previous video about abundance mindset, also created today. Alright, I hope you like these videos, and I make these videos every week. I try my best to make it every week. I wasn't able to do that every week, so I made a medley of videos today. Like and subscribe below, and if you'd like to join my trading group, I have over 1,400 people in my group right now. Go to the link below, and theBinaryLab.net, fill out the application form, and I'll see you inside the group. Goodbye, have a great weekend.